Corpses near the buildings, all this light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys, time to make a choice. Time to find our courage, time to be deployed. Make our only stand here, make our roles complete. All we waited for now, past the future meet. Get your weapons ready, kiss loved ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war. Fighting the war in early November, fighting the war. I'm fighting that war all the time, people. What's going on, everyone? As those sirens fade into the background. Hello, Arvanauts. Welcome to a Tuesday night. It was Tuesday night. Yeah, not really. Thursday night stream, November 5th, 2015, right around 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and I think it's 1:30, if I'm not mistaken. No, 2:30 actually a.m. GMT. Good to see everyone here. I hope everyone is doing well, and welcome to day 3 of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Before we get into the stream, a couple things to remind everyone about, and then man, do I have a lot of stuff to talk about regarding schedule. There's a lot to talk about, but before I do that, you guys know the way to help the stream. Exclamation point CTT will allow you to tweet out the stream. Exclamation point ARV2 will get you over to my YouTube channel, where you can see past broadcasts of this and other Arvanaut streams, ARV streams, including the last Phoenix Wright game, which I played through, I guess, just about a year ago now, maybe a little bit more than that, something like that. Exclamation point Steam group will get you over to my Steam group, where you can join the now 247 members of the Steam group, closing on that 250 mark, which will be cool, where we can hang out and talk about the Arvanauts and ARV streams and things like that in between casts. And finally, exclamation point ARVTreon, and we're definitely putting a lot of effort into this one because we're right now at 36 patrons and $304. If we can get to 350 $450 will be able to pay the R vocalists more money, the R vocalists who give you those wonderful voiceover events, about which more soon every month. And at $400, we have the first, that's right, the first, dun dun dun, Arvanaut Idol. Dun 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 dun. Arvanaut Idol, that's right, a contest where you can show off what a badass writer you actually are. And you can do that if we get to the $400 mark. We will run a contest every 3 months on this channel to determine the Arvanaut Idol, and we will do that when we hit the $400 mark. I've already talked about it, but basically it is a contest where you guys write some flash fiction stories. I narrow them down. Then I give you, in the semifinal rounds, the quarterfinal rounds, sorry, I give 4 of you in each of the rounds. You are given a prompt by me, and then you write a story, and then I read them anonymously to chat, and chat decides who won and who lost that round, and the top 2 vote getters move on to the semifinals. We do it again in the semifinal rounds. Top 2 vote getters move on to the finals, and then the winner of the final round is the Arvanaut Idol, and we'll get a really nice prize, and I mean a really, really awesome, nice prize. Not some $5 deal, but I'm going to give you something really, really cool. So that's the deal. That happens when we hit $400. So you guys know the way to make that happen. A lot of cool things can come when you can contribute to the Patreon. So please support me if you possibly can. That would be awesome. Now, the other thing I want to mention as far as the Patreon is concerned is that since everything is cleared for this month, I have some things to deliver to you. And specifically, I have some epic poems that I have to write for Atomic Cheese, for Alphador, for Ambrosine, and for one other person who I can't remember, but I'll check it again. But there's 4 people this month that I have to write epic poems for, and I stand ready. I will do that in the next couple of weeks, hopefully the next week or so, although the next 2 weeks are going to be super busy. But obviously, as always promised, I will deliver the epic poems sometime this month. So you will receive them. You will get to hear your awesome epic poems. I hope you find they're awesome. And I'm also going to be doing the Patreon only draw. That's also going to be happening. Probably that will happen in the next week or so for sure. I'm going to send out the Patreon notification, like sort of the state of the channel thing, and I'm going to send out the Patreon only draw sometime next week. And then, as I say, the epic poems will be the next couple of weeks. So that's what we're looking at. Yes, it's a good problem to have. I love to have lots of epic poems to write because that means we've had lots of supportive things. So that will be lovely. It's going to be super awesome. Mods get their own playoffs and a finals berth. No, 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 no. No, but it is true that all viewers except me are eligible. So all viewers are eligible, including mods, are eligible to be part of it. And the thing is that when you actually give me your stories, I'm obviously going to be narrowing it down to the top 16. But then after that, when you are writing a new story in chat, the top 4, you know, those 4 people are going to have their stories read out anonymously. So no one in chat is going to know who wrote what. So you guys are going to be doing it based purely on the sort of story quality itself. So it's going to be awesome. And yeah, I'm super looking forward to it. It's going to be a really good time, but we have to hit that number first. So please spread the word if you haven't already done so, and you would sub to me. This is a chance to sort of get us moving up there and doing it. I really want to pay the R vocalist at the 350 mark. I'm super excited about that, but the Arvanaut thing at $400 is going to be awesome as well. So that's the deal. Does the last winner... Do the last winner get the chance to enter after? I don't know that I know what you mean, Shabby. I'm not sure what you mean. I don't know what you mean. But anyways, that's the deal with that. Okay, last thing I want to mention is the November gaming schedule. I haven't had a chance to put this on the Google Calendar yet. I will. This is the calendar which Shadowed Mage put together, and I'm going to be putting it on the schedule calendar shortly. But I have just sort of worked it out myself. So check this out. This is what we've got. So today we've got day 3 of Phoenix Wright that I'm going to be playing. Over the weekend, I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to stream because tomorrow I'm going up to Saratoga Springs for the World Fantasy Convention. I'm going to be on a panel with other authors about non-European epic fantasy on Saturday. I'm going to be on that with Brad Bollier, who is the my fellow co-panelist, my fellow podcaster, I should say, on Speculate, the podcast that I do. So I'm going to be on that panel with him, with Joshua Palmentier, and a few other authors as well. That's going to be on Saturday, and I'm going to be doing World Fantasy stuff, basically all of Saturday and the first portion of Sunday, and then driving back down here. I don't know if I'm going to have a chance to stream Saturday night. I'm going to bring Arvbox. I might be able to, but I can't promise it. So the only ones I know for sure is that Tuesday, November 10th, is going to be the next regular official one when I will do the next day of Phoenix Wright. After that, things get a little bit crazy. Thursday, November 12th, looks like it's going to be Dungeons & Dragons with Infinity and Beyond. So it's going to be day 2 of the pen and paper campaign of D&D. I believe that's going to be the case. Not 100% sure, but I believe that will be the case. So yes, I think that's true, but I don't know for sure. So, bear with me on that. I don't know, but I think so. That's going to be the deal with that. Then we're going to be, Tuesday, November 17th is going to be the chat chosen game, because Friday, Saturday, that following weekend, my brother is getting married and I am the best man and I'm giving a toast. And I'm sure you all understand that as much as I love you all, and I dearly do, despite that, I cannot in good conscience, I can't skip out on, my brother's wedding. That's just can't happen. So I'm going to have to, sadly say that that weekend is probably not going to likely be streaming either Friday or Saturday. So in best guess is that I'm going to be streaming today, Tuesday, Thursday, so today and off Friday, Saturday, probably. Next week, I'm going to stream Tuesday, Thursday, off again Friday, Saturday because of the wedding. Then the following, let's see. So yes, so Tuesday, Thursday. Then Tuesday the 17th is going to be the chat chosen game. Thursday, November 19th is going to be day 5. Oh, thank you, Shabby. Is going to be day 5 of Phoenix Wright. And Thursday, November 19th looks like, I have not yet confirmed it, but it looks like Thursday, November 19th is going to be the return of the R vocalists. And I'm pretty confident that with all this other stuff going on, I'm not going to be through Phoenix Wright. So the R vocalists will have a chance to take another shot at Phoenix Wright. And I'm not too sad about that because they did such an awesome job the last time. So I believe that will be happening Thursday, November 19th. Again, this is all to be confirmed, but I believe that's what we're looking at here. Okay, sounds good. Burn off those calories, Love Shack. You can do it. Okay. So that's the deal with that. Saturday, November 21st is going to be a big stream day. In the morning from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturday, November 21st, I'm going to be doing a special creative stream over at the goodoldgames.com channel on Matt Cat / Chronoplays, Chronowolf, Matt Cat Plays / Chronowolf's creative stream. This is a streamer who actually does like chip tunes and music stuff and video stuff. Some of you may have seen him over at goodoldgames.com, or if you were originally goodoldgames.com viewer, you know him. I actually just had a chance to meet Matt in New York yesterday, actually. He was around, and so I actually managed to hang out with him for a little bit, and Kat, so that was really cool. I got to meet them, and we tweeted out some pictures about it. It was good times. Anyway, we're going to be doing a creative stream where we're going to be taking a prompt from chat. I'm going to be writing a story. Outstar Walker, who's the head of the Good Old Games.com stream team, is going to be illustrating the story, and Matt is going to be setting it all to music. So that's going to be a ton of fun. That's going to be 9 to 12, Saturday, November 21st, and that's 9 to 12 Eastern. That's the creative stream on Good Old Games. That evening, Saturday, November 21st, that evening from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. is a D&D event with Ed Greenwood and the authors John Helfers, Eric Scott DeBee, Chris Jackson, Mike Cole, and Peter Brett, and myself. We will all be playing with Ed Greenwood as the DM. I am super excited about that. This is going to be Ed's debut on Twitch. I'm going to be promoting the hell out of it, so I'm really, really, really hoping and excited that, for that to happen. That's going to be Saturday, November 21st, so I want the word on that to be spread far and wide. The following Tuesday, November 23rd, is going to be our Fighting Fantasy session, and it's going to be Fighting Fantasy Appointment with Fear. So it's going to be Appointment with Fear, and I'm really looking forward to that. It should be a good time. Yeah, that's going to be happening then. Thursday, November 25th, for some reason I have as a blank, and I don't know why. Because it's Thanksgiving. I don't remember why that's off. That may be the second day of Fighting Fantasy. I don't really know. We'll see. I'm not positive. Anyway, Saturday, November 27th is my marathon session. Now, you guys, because we managed to hit a number in the Patreon, I promised that you guys would get a marathon session every other month. And so I'm going to be doing a marathon session, I'm pretty sure, of Zelda. I'm going to do Zelda 1, Zelda 2, and then the Link to the Past, as much of it as I can get through in that time. So it'll be like an 8-10 hour session, something like that. And it will take place on Saturday, November 27th. So that's happening on Saturday the 27th, the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And then Tuesday, November 30th, will be the wrap-up for Fighting Fantasy, if we still have that left to do. day 6 of Phoenix Wright, and then a reading. So hopefully by the end of the month, we should be almost done with Phoenix Wright and getting ready to move into the next game, which will probably be Sword Coast Legends. So we're super busy is the point of all this, folks. So in the next couple days, what you need to know is Phoenix Wright tonight, Phoenix Wright Tuesday, D&D probably next Thursday, and then probably no stream either this weekend or next weekend. Tuesday the 17th is the chat chosen game, and you guys are going to get a chance to nominate that game tonight. And then Thursday, November 19th, day 5 of Phoenix Wright, the R Vocalist. Saturday the 21st is the creative stream on Good Old Games and D&D event with Ed. So a lot of stuff going on, very, very busy, but obviously it's all good stuff because it's going to be fun times. All right. With all that said, let me say hi to everyone who's here. Hello to my mods, first of all. Actually, sorry, let me go the other way. Hello to everyone who's here. Hello to Call, Unconquered Fun. What's up, Uncle Elias? Hello, Trendane, member of the R Vocalists. What's up, Real Ambrosine? Hello, Stolpen. What's up, Shabby Orange? Hello, Sutifi. What's going on, Ninja Chew? What's up, Monkey Commando? Hello, Mercurius. What's up, Megaduce Flare? Hello, Love Shack. What's up, Lee? What's going on, Fram? What's up, Fraganos? What's up, Fire Snake? What's going on, ECAG? Hello, Edgy. What's up, Kronos Chris? I haven't seen you for a while, Chris. What's up, man? What's up, BioMX? Hello, Atomic Cheese. What's up, Alphador? What's going on, Acclimative? And hello to my mods, Lego Freak, Dragon Spear, and Apples, the best mods on Twitch. What's going on, everyone? Your brain overloaded? Yeah, I know. Mine too, man. Mine too. Listen, you just had to hear it. I had to try to actually figure it out and put it together. So it's been busy, but it's good though. It's good. It's all good stuff. And part of the reason that it's a little crazy this month is because I have those two slots that I usually be streaming that I'm not, because I have a convention and then my brother's wedding. So obviously those things are going to take precedence. Okay. With all that said, let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this, and let me turn on, where are you? This. There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome. I don't know why my webcam is far above me, but we're about to change that. We're going to change that little thing. I'll tell you right now. But what's going on, everybody? Let me move this around. No. Ah, much better. That's much better. That's what I thought. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. I hope everyone's doing well. And, yeah, welcome, people. Okay. What's going on, Bonjour? Am I excited for BlizzCon? It depends. It depends. I'm not really sure, Edgy. You know, the truth is, I guess Overwatch... So, I know everyone in the world is playing Overwatch, and I apologize for being horrifically, like, out of the loop on this, but is Overwatch just, like... It's basically a Blizzard MOBA, right? Is it a Blizzard MOBA? Or is it like, is it a Blizzard shooter? Like what the hell is Overwatch? I just see people playing it and then I pop in for 3 seconds and it looks like some kind of bizarre Team Fortress 2 thing. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm not interested. What is it? Hey, what's up, Satobo? Satobo, what's going on, man? Satobo just popped in. Well, it's because he wasn't here when I was reading out the names, Dragon. Good grief. It's Team Fortress 2 with MOBA elements. Okay. Okay. I just saw it and I was like, eh. Overwatch is basically Team Fortress 2? Okay. Well, I'm glad I'm not out of my mind then. I'm glad that it looked like that because I was like, I'm kind of crazy. There's about to be nerd rage in here. Is that cap some sort of U.S. sports team? No. If this were a sports team to tease others who lost, I wouldn't be wearing a Boston Red Sox cap when they went, they were not good this year. They were under 500. But they have won 3 World Series championships in the last 10 years, so I have nothing to complain about. But yes. Here's the Storm as a Blizzard MOBA. Overwatch is TF2 with Blizzard Twist. Okay, gotcha. Now I understand. I have now been... My ignorance has been removed from me, so thank you for that. Now I understand what's going on. Yeah. I don't know. So anyway, the answer is there's nothing that Blizzard has got coming out that I'm super pumped about is the problem. See, the thing is that I did like Warcraft. I did like World of Warcraft, you know, a little bit back in the day. I liked Warcraft, and then for some reason I got away from it, mostly because I like turn-based strategy better than real-time strategy. And the last Diablo game, I liked Diablo 2. Diablo 3 I really disliked. And so I kind of am not crazy about Blizzard stuff. Like, I play Hearthstone once in a while on my tablet, I guess, although it's been kind of a couple of months since I fired it up. I'm not a StarCraft guy, so I used to like StarCraft 1, but the later StarCrafts, I don't know. So, I mean, I respect Blizzard as a company, but they just don't put out stuff out that I really am that interested in, to be honest with you. I'm much more excited to hear about games coming from places like Stoic Studios, and I'd love to hear Almost Human talking about Legend of Grimrock 3, and, like, those are games I'm super pumped for, but, like, Or even, frankly, I'm looking forward to playing Arkham Knight and stuff like that. And obviously, I'm all about Torment. I can't wait for that to come out. But the Blizzard stuff, I don't know. I'm not crazy about it. First public trailer of Warcraft movie tomorrow. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's nothing against Blizzard. You know what I mean. You know what it is, Call. It's nothing against them. I mean, again, I'm not saying anything against them or their games. It's just they're not my deal. So I don't. And I've visited Blizzard. I think I told you guys that. I actually know David Brevik pretty well because my wife was a bridesmaid in David Brevik's wedding. So we know his wife exceedingly well. And I toured Blizzard North just before they were about to release Warcraft, actually, if you can believe that, World of Warcraft. I toured back in the day before World of Warcraft was released. And it was pretty cool to see it, honestly. It was pretty neat. And then... everything, then he left, and then we had the Hellcade London scenario, and you guys know the deal with there. But so I again, I admire them as a company, but I'm not, I don't know, they're not my thing. So yeah, no, I believe it. Again, nothing wrong with their company at all. I'm not saying anything bad about them. Just not my deal, But all right, with that said though, people, we are here to talk about the fun times of games, and as a consequence, it is time for Phoenix Wright. Let's do it up. Oh, and I need to get my, I can't do this without my theme. Totally need my theme. Where is it? Show me the theme. I want you to show me the theme. Guilty. Okay. And let's make sure it's working. It's working. All right, let's do it. Back into the investigation. Back into the investigation. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's part of the investigation. I think that I am gonna do it with this Phoenix Wrightation. A dream of investigation. Lovely. You had to leave during that Russian woman with the old whip. German woman. Not Russian woman. German woman. Thank you, Freganos. Perjury everywhere. Yeah, basically. It's sort of, yeah, I mean, I'll let chat sort of explain it because I'm not entirely sure that I could explain all that happened. It was just crazy talk. I'll just say that. It was definitely crazy talk. A lot of crazy things happened. But we did make it to day 2. My health was very low, but we made it to day 2. So, hey, what's up, Axe? Good to see you, man. All right, let's continue. Sure. That's right. I know, Shabby, I know. What are you, Thorg? Thorg's supposed to be the one giving me grief about my German accent. Okay. Right. I'm supposed to examine things, I think. Nope. That's the wrong place. Let's move to Detention Center. No. Let's move to Kurain Village. And let's move to the meditation room. Let's see. Oh, I already know about this. Yeah, I already know about this, so I'm just skipping. Sorry. Okay, what about this? Let's present this. I found it in the incinerator. No, Pearl doesn't know what's going on. You know your accents? Yeah, this is like Strike Ninja giving me a hard time about my female voices. And then when BB Wolf showed up on our stream, he's like, oh, her voice is so much better. I'm like, yes, my female voices became considerably better when I recruited a female. When I actually got a female, things went considerably better all the way around. Okay, so that's right. I already talked about this. Can I get your alibi yet? Tell me what you're doing at the time of the murder? Cyclock. Why is it not letting me do this? I don't know why I keep doing this, then it's like... Yeah, blah, 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 be easier. I'm so nervous. I can feel it. Speaking of keys, this one turned out to be quite important. Literally the key to today's trial. And then see, it vanishes, so I guess I can't do it yet. This is case number 2, Shabby, which is turnabout... Oh, God. It's turnabout in something. I can't remember which. It's turnabout in something. Gotta remember exactly where I was. I don't remember if it was channeling chamber or what. I have to present the item... But what... Yeah, but Ninja, what do you mean, though? Present it what? I mean, presented to create what? Like, to create the... What am I presenting? I did present it. Like, I presented these things. And, like, when the Cyclops starts, like, I've showed her all this stuff already, so it's like... I have to present the Mata Hada Hada Bada. I do? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ninja. Now I didn't realize that. Okay, thank you. Here we go, Pearl's Alibi. Thank you, Ninja. I was very confused. What's up, what's up, cousin? And hey, Sir TV. Reunion and turnabout. That's right. Okay, here we go. Pearl's Alibi. Oh my God, the health! Why is my health so low? I made it to the next day. Come on. Oh my God. What? Are you joking? Oh my God. Why is the health still so low? I thought it got refreshed. I didn't know that you got the health for the entire, like entire case. Yeah, but for the entire case? When does it get refreshed, though? Does it get refreshed for the next day of court? Please tell me it gets refreshed for the next day of court. Oh, health, completing the Cyclops refills it? Oh, nice, okay. Alright, that's not so bad then. Okay, cool. You have to tell me what you were doing when the murder happened, okay? But what if I can't just tell you what happened? Then I'll guess what happened. How does that sound? Hey, you can do that? You'll tell me if I guess something right, won't you? I did do that, though, Alphador. I did save and exit, and it didn't reset health. That's what I did just now. This was in the middle of a session as it was. But I think it's the next day. I think that if... We'll see what happens if I can complete this properly. Yes? Okay. Now, when the murder was taking place, you were here, right? Winding Way? You were here, weren't you, Pearls, in the Winding Way? Wow! You got it! So, do you think you can tell me now? I'm sorry, not yet. Man, oh man. Alright, what next? Okay, I think I know what you were doing there. Do you really know that much? Well, I am a lawyer, you know. Now, what was it Pearls was doing in the Winding Way? She was playing near the incinerator. Oh wait, she was playing with her ball. You were playing with this ball, right? Ah, that's right! How did you know? Got the Cyclops. Maya told me that you love to play with your ball. Yeah, I was playing with my ball. Uh-huh. And then? Something happened, huh? Something really bad. Hey, what's up, Hovenall? Well, what do you mean, something? Nothing happened. This is it. While you were playing with your ball, this happened. This isn't right. Were you so surprised that you were shocked into silence? Yes, at how wrong you are, even though you were so sure of yourself. Huh? If you push yourself anymore, your soul will shatter. Please calm down, collect your thoughts, and try again. I've made too many mistakes. No, I just have no health. I know, right? Lawyers are all omniscient. Alright, so I got the first one right. Okay, Winding Way. I almost crushed that poor girl's soul. Okay. She was playing with her ball. That's where I want to get help left. I know. You knocked over the jar. That's what you did. This urn. It's a village treasure, right? And the spirit of the founder of the Karain technique is sealed in here, isn't it? Thank you for the follow, Fragonos. Welcome to the Arvanauts. Man, I keep putting that in the wrong spot. I keep forgetting what I'm going to do with it. Thank you for the follow, Fragonos. Welcome to the Arvanauts. Oh, really? That's good to know, actually. That's good to know. The spirit of the founder of the Karain technique is sealed in here, isn't it? Yes. What's this? It's cracked all over, isn't it? There's even a few gaps here and there. Please don't tease me. Pearl, you broke the sacred urn, didn't you? The ball smacked into it and knocked it over, right? And if Morgan found out, she'd get really mad, huh? She doesn't seem to be fighting back. I think I hit the bullseye this time. But it's strange that the lock hasn't broken yet. It's a really old urn, isn't it? Eh? It's so old, so it's not that weird to have a few cracks. Her voice is shaking. How can you tell that urn has been broken? Oh god, how can I tell the urn has been broken? What the hell does that mean? Cause I'm staring at it. What? This is to urn, yeah, exactly. How can I tell the urn has been broken? What? I don't... What? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. It's cracked because it's cracked. What are you talking about? I don't... What? That's... I don't... Okay. I'm gonna have to look again. I don't understand. How do I know it's broken? Because it's broken. Because physics. What do you mean, how do I know? It's good that it doesn't actually finish you off, though, and, like, end the game if you get hurt, though. That's good. Yeah, I mean, we'll see, like... Just because you see and feel it cracked doesn't mean it is. What? Just because I think it's cracked doesn't mean it's cracked? It is cracked. Yeah, take that! I will do so. Okay, the urn broke. I'm right about that. Okay, how can I tell the urn has been broken? I'll show her the badge. The badge! Alright, Amy Faye. Who started the Karain channeling technique? Eh? It was the only other thing I could think of. It was Mystic Ami? That's right. And how do you spell her name? Do you know? How do I spell her name? I don't know. It's spelled A-M-I. I thought it was a little odd when I saw I am written on this urn. Oh, she put the pieces back in the wrong order. And that's how I knew that someone must have broken this urn and made a mistake in spelling when they put it back together again. Yeah! Psych lock destroyed. Give me your secrets. Unlock successful. Yeah, I got the health back. Woot! Nice. Around when Mystic Maya started the channeling on that day, I was playing in the Winding Way with my ball. And that's when you broke the urn? Yes, I broke it. I accidentally let Mystic Ami's spirit fly away. Don't worry, Morgan will never know, okay? I'm a bad child. Breaking a village treasure is unforgivable. I thought that maybe they would make me leave the village. But the broken pieces were pretty big, so... You thought you could put them back together and no one would notice? Yes. What's up, Law? I found some glue and brought it to the hallway and fixed the urn there. The hallway? You mean Winding Way? Yes. Aw, poor Pearl. The channeling had already started, so I didn't think anyone would walk by. I see. So about how long did it take you? It must have been a nasty repair job. Yes, I might be strong at spiritual things, but when it comes to arts and crafts, I'm not nearly as skilled. When I had finished fixing the urn and looked up, I saw you coming into the manor. So that's around when Lotta and I were coming back inside after reporting the murder. When I saw that, I packed everything up in a hurry. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? I'm gonna get banished, aren't I? I really don't think that's going to happen. I mean, I bet Mystic Ami's happy to be free from that cramped urn. Yeah, I hope so. No harm done and a happy resolution. Phew. Sacred urn updated in the court record. In before I have to use that. Okay. Alrighty, good. So, let's see. Who else was it that had a psych lock? Someone else had a psych lock too. I think it might have been the channeling chamber. It might have been Morgan. No. Who was it that had the... Oh, no, it's not. No, I know who it is. It's frickin' Eenie Miney. Oh, yeah. Traffic accident. About the accident, Eenie. Right. Psych lock time. Like, you're totally... Alright, I'm not gonna do this because I already know about this. Alright, here we go. Time to remove those locks. I give you... take that! There we go. Traffic accident. Please tell me about the traffic accident. Huh? Like, whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Oh, oh, yeah. So, like, that Dr. Gray guy made my sister fall asleep? And, like, that's all I have to say about that. Interesting. Eenie just asked whose accident, which means she must know something about another person's accident. Alright, let's change the topic then. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident? Huh? Another person's accident? Like, you got someone in mind? What if it was her accident? Take that! I want to ask you about your own car accident. Me? Yes. So, wow, like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about. Can you, like, prove I was in, like, an accident? Maybe I can. Let's find out what the evidence says, shall we? How can I prove that she was in an accident? I don't know that if I have the info. She's not even blonde. What if your doctor came in and heard you? Well, yeah. Your face can't be natural. That's my evidence, exactly. I may not have this information yet. Well, I'm wondering about that other newspaper clipping. Like, this clipping is about her sisters. But I'm wondering about that other clipping. This thing. 1 year ago, I made second 14 patients died from malpractice at Gray Surgical Clinic. It might be that. It's not Pearl's ball. It's not the clothing box. It's not the sacred urn. It's not the cloth scrap. I don't think it's this. It's not that. It's not that. It's not Maya's costume. It's not the knife. It's not the pistol. It's not the autopsy report. It's not the floor plans. It's not the black key. It's not the foiling screen. I think it might be the newspaper clipping one. Nope, that's wrong. Here's your proof. Like, this is so totally bringing me down, huh? I know I'm, like, a little flaky, but do you really, like, think I'm an idiot? No, I didn't mean to suggest that. Like, let's make sure we're on the same page. I, like, want proof I was in an accident. Hey, what's up, Grows? Thought I'd ease into this topic, but it doesn't matter what you say. I know you were in a car accident. So, wow, like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about. Can you, like, prove I was in, like, an accident? Okay, so it's not that. Is it the other newspaper clipping? No, I already did that one. No, it's not that either. Man. Okay. Present you? The way you speak proves you have head trauma. Oh. Farfignugan, man. I know, I really am, Max. Okay. It's not the badge. It's not this newspaper clipping. It's not the Magatama, which I'm already using. It's not the guide map. It's not this newspaper clipping. I already tried that. It obviously isn't the folding screen. It isn't the black key. It's not the floor plans. It's not the autopsy report. It's not the pistol. It's not the knife. It's not the costume. It's not the photo. I guess it could be one of the photos. I don't know why. It's not the cloth scrap. It's not the sacred urn. It's not the clothing box. It's not Pearl's ball. No, it's not that either. What? Use the pistol and I have to force a confession, yeah. What? I am totally confused. I am completely confused. It's not Maya, Mia, Gumshoe. It's not Pearl. It's not Morgan. It's not her. It's not her sister. It's not Lotta Hart. It's not freaking Von Karma, and it's not Amy. It's obnoxious. Bizarre. June 21st, Kurain Village. Phew, I think I found everything I can. But I can't see how they all add up. Hit. And is Eeny Miny being here just a coincidence? Hey, mister! How is it that the spirit Dr. Gray wanted to call just happened to be that nurse? And that nurse turns out to be Eeny's sister. It's too convenient. Hey, Phoenix, I'm talking to you! I wish I knew a little more about Eeny, but where am I going to find info like that? Oh, I get it. You can't be bothered to look over trash like me. Is that it, Mr. High and Mighty? Ah, Lotta! Oh, so you finally noticed. I thought I heard a mosquito buzzing in my ear, although I couldn't understand a word. Well, I gotta hand it to you. You sure know how to chase down garbage. I mean, I'm grateful to you for chasing this large lump of one around like this. Thanks? But you know, you're just wasting your time. I'll be fine on my own. What are you going on about? And as for following or chasing or whatever it is, isn't that what you're doing? Well, you see... Well, you're not exactly a real gentleman with a lady's heart, are you? You're not exactly the world's #1 charmer either, sister. Let's talk about the trial. Look, I'm really dang sorry about today. When I get all fired up about something, it's impossible to stop me. You hurt Maya really badly, Lotta. It is mightier than Bob Ross's, I know. I don't suppose you could forgive a gal like me. Yeah, I'll forgive her. Well, I guess. You did help Maya out too, after all. For real? Yeah, for real. Ah, thank goodness. I'm still what? No, nothing at all. Just talking to myself, you know, gibberish. Now then, Lotta Hart at your service. I'll share with you all the dirt I've dug up. Thanks. Hey, don't be all surprised. Tell you what, I'll even give you all this info for free. Lotta not taking money? Now I know this one's an alien clone. Alright, talk to me about the murderer. If Maya's not the real murderer, then who do you think is, Lotta? Well, heck, ain't it obvious? It's that occult freak. You mean Eeny Miny? Well, there ain't anyone else that could be, right? That granny, you and me, we were all together that whole time. So Lotta suspects Eeny. Which means she might have already found out some info about our mysterious Eeny. Ah! Okay, let's talk about Eeny, shall we? Tell me about her. Heh, that's Eeny Miny, right? Yeah, I was wondering if you know anything about this girl. You know, actually, I did a little checking up on her the other day. Her sister, she's the one that Dr. Gray wanted to call back from the spirit world. Yeah, I had heard as much. I had also heard that Eeny was the one to introduce Dr. Gray to Kurain Village. You don't say. That's one sneaky gal if you ask me. Hey, you want me to tell you more about her? Hell yeah. Oh, so now I have to talk about her normally? Alright. Ah, give to me information about Eeny Miny. Speaking of Eeny, do you have any other information about her that I can use against her so I can get my health back? Sure. Well, what is it? It'll cost you, and it'll cost a lot. What? Oh, silly me. Here I thought free meant no money necessary. That girl was hospitalized about half a year ago. Hospitalized? But why? Well, heck, you can go find out on your own. Huh? Here, I'll give you the clinic's address. Maybe you can find out something. Maybe? What's that supposed to mean? Well, see, actually, it was going to be annoying, I reckon, so I didn't actually go there. Well, that's the way the gumbo spoils, right? Spoiled gumbo sounds... Ew. I mean, look, don't blame this on... Oh, never mind. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. Better go check out this hottie clinic. It's the hottie clinic? Really? It's called the hottie clinic. June 21st. Hottie clinic. Reception. So, this is where Eni was hospitalized.
Yes. Are you here to visit a patient?
Yes. Are you a doctor here?
Yes. I'm Director Hottie.
Ach, I didn't think I'd be speaking with the director himself.
Yes. So, what can I help you with?
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Ms. Eni Miney.
Huh? Miss Miney? Miss Eni Miney? Yes. Oh, her! Too bad. I'll tell you something. That girl left here a long time ago.
Here you are, sir! You know you shouldn't be up and about. Come on, it's back to your room with you.
Sweetums. Calm down, calm down. Don't be so harsh to an old man like me.
Don't you dare start that Sweetums thing with me. If you don't behave, you'll get yourself tossed out of this hospital. Wow, I didn't think nurses could be this direct or forceful towards their boss. Come now, be a good boy and give me the director's white lab coat.
Okay, I got it. Yes.
Yes? Uh-huh. Don't yes me. Who in the world are you?
I'm Director Hottie. Ho ho ho.
The nurse went off somewhere. Oh, the inhumanity. Only person I can talk to is this guy. Ugh. So, what exactly do you treat at this clinic?
Yes. We treat all sorts of, doctor-y clinical stuff. Yes.
Doctor-y clinical stuff?
Well, I don't actually know or particularly care about the details. Oh.
That's what I'm going for, the gross.
Yes. What did that look for? Yes, there's a really big general hospital around the corner. Yes. When they can't accommodate everyone, they move some of their patients here.
You do surgeries here, right?
Yes. We do some plastic surgery here, it seems.
It seems?
Yes. It seems that way.
This guy. What do you know about Ms. Eni Miney?
Now you're talking! Yeah, that girl, she was transferred from the general hospital.
From the general hospital? To here? What is he doing? Is he playing a piano? It's like I'm talking to, like, the mod of Gollum. What kind of surgery did she need?
Yes. Well, she needed surgery. It was really bad. Really bad.
So what kind was it?
Yes. Well, no. You see, that is something, no, I can't tell you.
So you say with a happy smile on your face, Mr. Director.
See, there's this thing about how doctors aren't allowed to talk about patient stuff. It's in all those TV shows too, right? You've seen them, right? Yes.
I'm never going to get him to unzip those broken zipper teeth of his at this rate. That's a very troubling metaphor. There's got to be something I can show to this old coot.
The badge! What's this?
I'm a lawyer. Right now, I'm investigating a murder.
Yes. What is with your angry face? Violence isn't the answer. Yes.
The trial is tomorrow, and I would really like some information from you.
Is that right? Well, you know, I think I can let you in on a little secret. What's that? Yes, actually, I'm not the real director.
Are you kidding? Anyone with half a fly's brain knew that.
Eh? What do you mean?
Do I have to explain this to him?
Well, hold on. I'll give you something. Real information, okay? I'm actually this clinic. See, I'm like this place's walking dictionpedia.
You mean walking encyclopedia?
Yeah, that. And my specialty is in young, silky smooth hottie patients.
Sigh.
There's nothing I don't know about them, but I get embarrassed talking about it.
Yeah. How about you keep that kind of information to yourself?
Oh, anyway, you wanted to know about Miss Eenie Miney, right?
Miss Eenie Miney?
That girl. Ah, I remember her especially well. Really, especially very well.
Okay. Please tell me what you know about Eenie Miney.
Just living the life. Yes. Oh, I'll get to that. Trust me, I will. That girl, that's right. She was transferred here from the general hospital. This was, yes, a year ago. She was one of those emergency cases.
What was she ill with?
Ill? Nah. She was injured, not ill. With my trained eye, I could see. Yep, I could see it was a huge wound at that.
A huge injury?
Her whole body was wrapped round and round in bandages, and her arm was in a cast.
That sounds pretty severe, all right.
Yes, it was an accident. An accident, they're scary. Yes, cars, yes.
Car? You mean it was a traffic accident?
Yep, that's what gave her the terrible injuries. I swore it was in the papers. Yes, I looked it all up, I did. It was terrible. Yes.
Dare I even ask what is wrong with this old guy? Let's talk about that. Just now, you mentioned something about a big operation.
Are you talking about Miss Eenie's operation?
Yes, Ms. Enie's. By the way, I guarantee I'm going to have to put this guy in the stand. I'm going to have to put this guy in the stand at some point. There's no way I'm not going to have to. This guy's going to end up on the stand, and oh god. I'm going to cross-examine this dude, and ugh.
That was one heck of an accident. Thanks, Edgy. Yes, her whole face was burned like bad toast. It was bad, very bad.
Was it really that bad?
It was a good thing that Miss Eenie had a picture of herself. I heard that picture was how they put her face back together.
What if that's not actually her? What if Eenie Miney isn't actually Eenie Miney? What if it's somebody else and they just had that picture? Oh, snap. Interesting.
Slightly more handsome X, really? Yep, that's it. Exactly, Megaduce, yep.
Picture?
That girl, see, she had just gotten her license, so she just happened to have a license photo on her. Yes.
Oh.
So, see, I got her picture as a way to remember her, yes. Well, more like, swiped.
Breach of ethics? Oh, wait.
What? What? A pretty girl like her. I bet she has lots of pictures of herself.
Sure.
It's a treasure. My treasure. Precious. I knew this guy was Gollum. I called it. I called that this guy was Gollum. Curse us and crush us, my precious. Oh my god, man.
What happened to the actual license itself?
Who knows? I didn't bother to ask. It probably got burned up along with the car. Yes.
License photo added to the court record. About the accident.
Yeah, it's true, Ninja.
So you looked up information on Indy's accident, correct?
Yep, sure did. Yes. I read every paper that covered it at the time.
What kind of accident was it? Do you remember?
Yes. Hold on, I'll go get it for you. The article, I mean. Huh? You have it? Well, don't get me wrong. I thought something like this might come up, so...
Obsessive to the max. But I bet I could learn about how to stay on a lead from this guy.
Ah, here we go. Yes.
You don't remember, right, Tana? I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't want to miss a chance to get him on there.
According to this, Matheny was in the passenger seat.
The passenger seat, huh?
And dozing, or so it says. A strong jolt woke her up, and the next minute a sea of fire was all around her. Matheny fought with the door, finally got it to open, and somehow managed to get away. Anywho, you can read all the details in the article. Yes.
Newspaper clipping 2 added to the court record. A new clue. I should probably look this over.
It's been half a year since Miss Enid had her surgery and got better. She was discharged sometime in December last year.
It's already been half a year, huh?
Yes. So, how was I? I was a real help, wasn't I? Yes.
That's true, Axe. I did have a parrot up there. Yes, thank you very much.
Yes. Well, then, I'll be getting back to my room, then. Tell Miss Enid I said hi, okay? Yes.
It's time for me to leave, too. Yes. Okay, it's definitely time to leave. Alright, let's get the hell out. June 21st, Kurain Village. Hey, so how was it? Did you go to the clinic? Yeah, I found out a few things, I guess. Well, what's the matter? You ain't looking so well. Ah, yeah, so earlier, that old granny called the cops. Huh? The cops? Why would Morgan call the police? She said she had something to tell him. Things are sure getting interesting. Ah, but honestly, I tell you, that granny sure got her bloomers in a knot. Well, I guess you could put it that way. It always starts out small, you know? Stealing the master's seat and controlling the village folk. And now you see what it's turned into? A murder, that's what. Yeah, what a mess. Hey, hold on. What? That stuff you were just talking about. That's the first I've heard of it. Yeah, really? Well, it's old news to everyone else in the world. Well, excuse me for not keeping up with gossip while I'm busy saving people. You said something about stealing the master's seat? Yup. Right now, the master is this medium named Misty Fey, but the one that was really supposed to be the master was that old granny. Morgan was supposed to become the master? Yeah, I called it. She's so guilty. I've been on Morgan I've claimed that Morgan was it from the very beginning of this case. This is totally Morgan. Welcome back, Kilobyte. How's your rehearsal, man? What's going on, Kill? How was your rehearsal, dude? Do you know where Eni is, Lotta? Yeah, I saw her not too long ago. She's hanging around that garden in the middle. Okay, thanks. You got something to ask her? Yeah, I got a whole list of things only she can clear up for me. So I hear the master's always been the oldest daughter. The oldest daughter? Turns out that old bat is Misty Fey's older sister. Oh? They say the older sister is usually the one with more spiritual power. Come to think of it, Maya said the same thing a long time ago. She warned me not to take Mia's powers lightly. Well, anyway, somehow Granny there lost to her younger sister, Misty. Good sir, good sir, good sir, good sir. What's up, Thorg? Oh, is there really? Oh, nice, nice, nice. That's awesome. I see. Just made the townsfolk turn against her, so I hear. Said all sort of things, too, like she's the oldest, and yet she doesn't have the power to be the next master. Disgraceful. Wow, I had no idea. So what would have happened had Morgan been stronger? Maya's family would have been the Branch family, I reckon. Yep, call that. Totally call that. Alright, I'm going to save this because of how low my health is. And then we're going to go talk to Eni and see if we can release that psych lock. Yeah, I know. Exactly, Megaduce. Yeah, yeah. June 21st, Fey Manor, Winding Way. Hey, like, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I think I have enough to finally unlock her secret. Like, what's with that scary look on your face? I'll tell you what's with that secret look, and it's called Magatama! Take that! Traffic accident. Here we go. God, that health. Please tell me about the traffic accident. Huh? Like, whose accident? Your sister's accident, naturally. Oh, yeah. So, like, that Dr. Gray guy made my sister fall asleep. And, like, that's all I have to say about that. Interesting. Eni just asked whose accident, which means she must know something about another person's accident. Alright, let's change the topic then. How about you tell me about a certain other person's accident? Huh? Another person's accident? Like, you got someone in mind? Yes, I do. Specifically, you. Take that! I want to ask you about your own car accident. Me? Yes. So, wow, like, how strange. I have, like, no idea what you're talking about. Can you, like, prove I was in, like, an accident? I sure can now, sister. That's what I thought. Take that! Would you take a look at this? It's a newspaper article from 1 year ago. It says Mazzini Mani holds interview about crash. You know what happened? I bet I know what happened. I already figured this out. I'll bet that Eni Mani actually was the one who died, and her older sister, Mimi Mani, had found her like sister's license picture and had her sister's face put on her when she had her face surgically restored. So I bet this is actually her older sister. I'll bet that's what happened. I don't know why that matters, but... Ah, you suffered a very bad injury and had to be admitted to a hospital, correct? Like, wait. What now? That's not me. Huh? I mean, like, this person has, like, the same name, but she's totally not me. My name, Eni Mani, is, like, pretty common. What in the world are you babbling about? Your sister's name, Mimi Mani, is in here, too. Like, totally, wow, what a scary coincidence. I'm totally getting, like, goosebumps. You think I'm gonna let you get away with that? So, like, now what? Like, do you have something that totally says I was hospitalized? Yes, I do. Aduna, 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 take that! Yeah, I'll bet I do. I know, Alfador, I know. This is your proof. Like, what's that picture supposed to mean? I got this from the hospital where you were hospitalized at. Huh? So? There was a certain patient there. He's quite a fan. As a memento of your stay, he stole this. I have to say, this photo looks like you. That creepy fake director. One lockdown. Now are you ready to tell me about the accident? Like, wait a sec. Okay, so, like, I was in an accident, sure. But that's, like, totally not related to this murder? Actually, it is. Look at this article. It says that one of the women died, correct? And that woman who died, who do you suppose they mean? Do you suppose the woman who died in that accident could be... Ah, shoot. Her sister? Like, no way, huh? Like, the accident was, like, a year ago, so, like, what's this person got to do with it? I'm totally not interested in stupid people like you. Bye-bye, huh? God damn it. So is her sister. Alright, 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 alright. Let's do it again. The person who died, then so it's her sister, then. It's her sister. It's her sister. It's her sister. Sister, 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 sister. I know about that. Yes, I mean you. Take that. Yes, I can prove you were an accident because of the evidence of this. Take that. Take a look at this. Says this. Ah, you suffered a very bad injury. What now? That's not me. Like, same coincidence. And yes, and here's the information you need to know about that. Present. It's your proof. Like, what's that supposed to mean? Certain patient. He's a fan. He's a creepy director. One lockdown. I know, Beljor. Okay, wait a sec. Okay, that's her sister. Take that! I believe it was your sister, Mimi Miney. Mimi? You were riding in your sister's car while she drove. The two of you together when your accident occurred, making it one and the same. Crack! Wapow! Psych lock destroyed. Unlock successful. Give me my health back. Wapow! Talk to me about the accident, Mimi. Yeah, I was riding in that car with my sister. We were, like, on our way home. I was riding in the passenger seat when I fell asleep. Hey, Fireshade, what's up? Yeah, I will, Megadus. And then it happened. At the time, I grabbed from my purse and escaped from the passenger side door. And your sister? I, like, couldn't do anything. The car was full of smoke. I couldn't see anything. Oh, I'm sorry. What about Dr. Gray? Did Dr. Gray really cause that accident by drugging your sister with sleeping pills? Like, he was totally out to get my sister? He totally did that to, like, pay my sister back? I wonder. Burn for the glory of Neptune. I know, seriously, Fireshade. This does give Eni a good reason to want to murder Dr. Gray. It seems simple, doesn't it? What do you mean? But it would be very hard to catch me. Actually, I'd say impossible. What? I think you get the picture. I'm going to serve you a slice of humble pie. I hope you enjoy it. Oh my god, all of a sudden the Valley Girl is gone, people. Valley Girl is gone. Gonna save that right now. That's just how Phoenix imagined it. Okay. So maybe I'm wrong. I thought that I was going to run into the police. Maybe that's back at Corain Village. Yep. June 21st, Corain Village. Looks like something's up. Stop! Stop! Leave my mother alone! Ow! Hey, hold on, okay, pal? I'm not gonna hurt... Pearl, dear. It's perfectly alright. I will be out for a short while with this young man. Mother, please, let me go too! No, you must stay here and protect the manor. But... Aw, don't make that face. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll show you something cool. Here, look, it's a real pistol. Detective, do not upset me further. Why does he keep showing everyone his pistol? Sorry. Poor Gumshoe. Being dragged off by the ear like that by Morgan. Ow. Mother. What's going on, Pearl? Mother. This has never happened before. Pearls. Mr. Nick! I have a really bad feeling that I can't shake. I think something really bad is gonna happen. I'm scared. I'm really scared, Mr. Nick. Say something, right? Anything. Oh, I'm terrible at this. Mr. Nick, what about Mystic Maya? She'll be all right. I think I've gathered enough evidence. Mystic Maya, she must feel all alone. Please, Mr. Nick, go visit her. Yeah, but I can't just leave you here all alone either. I'll be fine. Please, Mystic Maya needs you by her side. Her stare is really piercing. Yeesh. Alright, let's go to the detention center. June 21st, 6:38 p.m. Detention center. visitor's room. You kept me waiting, Phoenix. Mia! So, how are the preparations? I think I have enough evidence and information now. I think. Everything will be on your shoulders tomorrow. Whether Maya is found guilty or innocent, it's a heavy weight to bear. If memory serves, Mia had a few psych-locks of her own. Mia, I'm gonna get the last piece of information I need. Sure, I welcome you to try. We're saving first. We're saving before I try anything. Guilty! Alright. I know, right? I know. What body are you in, seriously? Actually, wait a second. Can I talk to you about anything yet? Okay, the murder. Mia, yes? Mia, you know something, don't you? About the real murderer, I mean. Psych-lock? 3 psych-locks. Why do you think so? It's really trying at times to be able to see other people's secrets. It looks like it's time for you to explain your reasoning. Yeah, a battle of wits against Mia. Ugh. Alright, here we go. Wow, take that! Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Megaduce. The murderer. Phoenix, you think I'm hiding information about someone from you? Isn't that right? Yes. Alright then. Tell me who you think I'm protecting. Morgan? I think you're protecting Morgan. Morgan Fay, of course. There's no one else you would protect like this, Mia. Boom! First shot! Well done, but while the murder was being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else. Which means she already has an alibi. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion onto my aunt. Pearl? I think this? No, you're wrong. Try again. Ah! You're really unforgiving today, Mia. And I keep telling you, don't take this lightly. Maya's life is on the line. Mia is really serious. Now I'm going to ask you one more time. While the murder is being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else. Which means she already has an alibi. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion onto my aunt. Okay. So... the key. I know, right? My evidence is this black key. At the beginning of the channeling, Maya had possession of this key, and yet somehow it magically ended up in the incinerator in the center garden. You're right. There's only one person who could have done that while I was busy calling the police. The person taking care of Maya, Morgan. What's that look mean? Your argument is too flimsy. Huh? When did the key find its way into the incinerator? It could have happened long after the murder happened. Long after? Someone could have found the key somewhere and dumped it into the incinerator. But that prosecutor would use something this small to shred your case. Do you have something other than just the key to cast suspicion on Morgan? I had the cloth scrap. This is the other piece of evidence that points to Morgan as the culprit. I also found this in the garden incinerator. It's the same material as Maya's costume, except for the splotch of blood. But this piece may not even be from Maya's costume. But this is what Maya told me. While I was channeling, the key was sitting inside my sleeve, and both the key and this piece of cloth were found inside the incinerator. Which means that this piece of cloth was part of Maya's costume. But when Maya was arrested, she was wearing her costume. That just means someone changed her clothes. Changed her clothes? But why? I don't know why. But there's only one person who could have done that. The one person who's taking care of Maya. My aunt. Smash! Da-da-da, da-da-da. Let the lawyers be lawyers. Wow, you did very well, Phoenix. Thank you. As long as you have those 2 pieces of evidence, you can cast suspicion on my aunt. However, like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi. Yeah, she was with us the whole time. Here's my final question. You don't have to present solid proof of this for me. But I want to know, if my aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder? How she did it, huh? I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need? That's not right. Well, I could have done it herself. Morgan could have done it herself, then. Come on, Phoenix, think. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need? What? Why? It was Maya. What do you mean? I don't really understand the wording of the question. Who or what did she need? I don't understand the wording of the question. I don't understand. What does that mean? I'm not asking her to do it herself. I don't get it. I don't understand what that means. Let me reset it. Let me do that again. What's up, Slinky? Dude in the trench coat? No. No. No, I didn't present the ball, Axe, no. God damn it, I presented... Oh, I have to... Okay. I have to talk to you first. And go the murder. And then go like this. Either person or the evidence. Right, I already know about this. Cyclock, right, I get it. I know about this, yes. Right. I know about that. Alright, we're gonna save that. There are chatters here cheating on college homework. This is not my... I'm going to let Edgy and Law deal with things themselves. Although... wait a minute, what? What do you mean chatters cheating? What? Yeah, can you guys do me a favor, Law and Edgy? Can you guys take that to Whisper, please? If you're going to talk about that stuff, please, because it's kind of... That's not appropriate given my channel, please. Can you kind of take that somewhere else? I'm not talking about assignments and giving general help, but when it gets beyond that, can we please take that to Whisper? Please. From save point. Present. There we go. That's okay. Okay. Murderer. Okay, protecting Morgan. Hey, what's up, gentlemen? Gentleman B, how you been? I haven't seen you in a little while. What's up, gentlemen? And hi, Eric. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, Eric. What's going on? No, you don't have to keep personal stuff to yourself necessarily. Just not stuff like that. Hello, Aura. Wow, all of a sudden everyone shows up. What's up, gentlemen? Hello, Eric. Hello, Aura. And hi to everyone who's come in since I started this. I hope everyone is doing well. If you guys are new to the stream, my name is Arvin Elleron. I play all sorts of different games, but I play a lot of narrative, story and narrative-based games tends to be the focus of this channel. So a lot of RPGs, adventure games, and games like Phoenix Wright, which is what I'm playing right now, Justice for All. If you like what you see in here and you want to become a part of it, please make sure to follow the stream. If you want to do more than that and want to get some cool goodies and also help the channel move forward towards Arvinaut Idol and a bunch of other stuff, please contribute to the Patreon that you can see over there on the other side of the screen. Exclamation point Arvtreon will get you over there. So, oh, you follow me from GogCom because like my highly rated voice acting and RPGs. Oh, nice. Well, welcome in, Skyline. Good to see you, man. No. I just, want to leave things kind of aside. You're a teacher as well. Congratulations, Eric. What kind of teacher are you? Pageant waves. Eric, what kind of teacher are you? That's great. Hey, Mining Miner. Mining Miner, what's up? Hello to everyone who's coming in. Okay, let's see. Murder is being committed. My aunt was outside of everyone else. Already has an ally. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion onto my aunt. The fact that we've got the key. Black key. Just want to raffle on GogCom. Nice, Alphador. You're on a roll, dude. Yeah, so what kind of teacher, Eric? And hi, Mining Miner. Alright, sounds good, gent. I'm glad you're having a fun time. Training and curriculum developer for a cloud computing company. Awesome, Eric. Gentlemen, you need to find out about Arvinaut Idol, gentlemen. Gent, you gotta look up Arvinaut Idol, my friend. Yes, indeed. That is what I said. My aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder? How she did it. I want to hear your thoughts. In order for my aunt to murder Dr. Gray, who or what did she need? Damn it. I don't... Thank you, Elkor. I am awfully confused about this. There's been a lot of things in this case that have confused me. I don't... Just because I can see what I want to tell them, but I don't know what evidence I need to present to make that happen. What's up, Burner? How you doing, Burner? Hello, everybody. Who or what did she need? Why did you have to say who or what? Why can't you just say who or say what? Don't say who or what. Because then it could be a million things. Did she need this? No. She didn't need Dr. Gray. She needed Dr. Gray to murder Dr. Gray? No. She didn't need Maya. I already tried that. She needed... Can't need Mia. She didn't need any of either of these two. She didn't need herself. She didn't need Pearl. So it's got to be evidence. So... She didn't need the key. Maybe it's this one. Oh, what? You need to be more obtuse, because it can be either who or what. I'm trying to tell... I mean... Morgan couldn't have done it herself, then what? Doesn't make any sense. She needed... Okay, I know who it is. What? It's not that? I don't, what? Yeah, I think I'm about as obtuse as you could possibly get. I don't have any idea what they're talking about. No, I haven't tried any yet. I'm getting ahead of myself again. I seem to do that a lot in this game. I guess it's got to be Eenie. It's stupid though. Why would it be Eenie when it's obviously Meanie? I don't understand. It's got to be the other one. It's annoying though. Yep, it's the ant. Morgan Fay, blah 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 blah. No one else you protect like this. Okay, well done. While the murder is being committed, my aunt was outside with everyone else. There is an alibi. That's true. Show me some evidence that would cast suspicion onto my aunt. The answer to that is the key. Yeah, no, I mean, it's gotta... If it's not Meanie, it's gotta be Eenie. It's just, I don't understand why it would be Eenie and not Meanie. It doesn't make any sense. Because she wasn't channeling Eenie, she was channeling Meanie. Leaps of logic ahoy. Oh, great. Thank you, gent. Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, it's been going well. Yeah, so there's still an identity switch going on there. Okay, could have found the key somewhere and dumped it into the incinerator. Let's see, but that's... Prosecutor would use something this small to shred your case. Yes, something other than just the key to cast suspicion on Morgan. Yes, I do. And that is present. Take that. Yeah, I believe you, Edgy. I believe you, man. But that said, you know, you gotta sort of, if you're gonna do, you gotta do your own work when you do your own work, basically. And if you're not gonna do that, then you gotta take that part of it to Whisper. That's all. I cannot imagine how hard it is. I imagine it's ridiculously hard, but I've done some ridiculously hard things myself, so just not in C++ for sure. I don't know anything about computer languages. I know BASIC. I know 10, print, arv is great, 20, go to 10, 30, end. Every Radio Shack station in America, every Radio Shack screen in American computer screen had that. Oh, man. Also found this in the garden incinerator. Same material as Maya's costume, except for the splotch blood. This piece may not even be from Maya's costume. This is what Maya told me. Blah, 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 blah. While I was channeling, key was sitting inside my sleeve. Both the key and this piece of cloth were found inside the incinerator, which means that this piece of cloth is part of Maya's costume. But when I was arrested, she was wearing a costume. It just means somebody changed her cloth. Oh, really, Axe? Explaining basic English would be very difficult. Oh, did you, Raytana? Alright, so that breaks that. Suspicion on my aunt, however. Like I said in the beginning, my aunt has an alibi. Yeah, she was with us the whole time. Here's my final question. Present solid proof of this for me. I want to know. My aunt is the culprit, then how did she commit the murder? She did it. I want to hear your thoughts. My aunt. Okay. Let's... I guess... Eenie. Eenie Miney. She's the answer to the final question. Which means that my aunt and Eenie Miney... Whoa, what? Oh, thank you, dude. Sequel to my favorite cross-dressing JRPG of the year. That is the truth. Oh, thank you, man. I have just been given from my mod, good friend Backburner here, the sequel to Trails in the Sky, which I have played on stream. Legend of Hero Trails in the Sky, second chapter. So the second chapter is here. Thank you, man. I'm going to have to, I probably will not be able to get to that until next year, I'm guessing, but I will definitely take that on. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. It's very kind of you. Ah, trails in the sky. Second chapter. Take that! Thanks, Burner. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you, sir. Very, very nice of you. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to add it to my gift inventory, but I'll probably move it over to my library at some point. Thanks, man. Thank you very much, Burner. I appreciate it, dude. Okay. We're in cahoots. Last Cyclock gone. Yeah, I know. The joke, yeah. The joke. Unlock successful. Full health! Okay, the murderer. Something's been bothering me all this time. This crime is something no normal person could carry out. The person would have to know a lot about Fay Manor and the village itself to do this. But Morgan already has an alibi. Yes, which is why I can't figure out how it was done. We can assume that Eenie Miney is involved somehow. We have one big problem on our hands. A problem with what? We don't have a motive. Why would Morgan want to kill Dr. Gray? Why would she have to? Also, we don't really know for sure that she was cooperating with Eenie. Mia doesn't have a clue either, huh? But there's only one possibility. Huh? Think about it, Phoenix. Why would my aunt do something like this? And why would she do it in such an underhanded fashion? Because? Mother. She is the one who holds the key to this. Mother? Whose? Mine? Don't be silly. Mine, of course. Misty Fay. Mia and Maya's mother? Why would she bring her up now? Now then. Looks like we've gathered everything we could. All we have to do is win tomorrow. Everything will become apparent then. Right, Chief. We won't lose. To be continued. Nice. Scree! Oh, nice. We'll get Sieg back. Yeah, thanks, dude. I did indeed. Thank you very much. Save! Huzzah. Okay. June 22nd, 9:51 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby, number 3. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18? Just like me? Yeah, why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time all by herself, and she's so grown up. I like how she's like, she's in Germany, and you know what those German people are like at 18. No, that's awesome. I appreciate that, Burner. And I actually may at some point try to get the somebody from Xseed who did the localization. I may try to get someone from that on stream while I'm playing through it, so we'll see. I'm not going to play, like I say, that's going to have to wait until next year, because we only got a couple months left and I'm going to be busy, and so next year I will get to it, but I am going to get to it because chat definitely enjoyed it. It was a long game, but chat definitely enjoyed it, so. She's been in Germany whipping people all day long. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. And then you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning! The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother's coming today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls. Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us? I'm sorry. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? All right, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later, then. I'll leave you two to your alone time. Germans are 5 years from being obsolete at 18. Phew, thank goodness. Nick? This way, Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Well, it's about your aunt. June 22nd, 10 a.m., District Court. Courtroom, number 2. Exactly, yeah. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fay. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. But don't be foolish, you foolish fool, wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country. Uh-huh. That's nice, Ms. Von Karma. Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Ms. Faye. It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Ugh. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. I'm going to completely ignore the fact that that theory is proven for certain by the existence of Mia Fey in this courtroom, because I, as the judge, never pay attention to obvious... That the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. All right, let's hear it. You are an incompetent the prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, every jury I've ever been on has done its job. 5 and 5 convictions. Alphador may be in luck again. All right, let me see what you were speaking about, Gross. Like a Scooby-Doo villain in Nice, Megaduce, exactly. Exactly. Oh, thank you, Grows. Thank you very much, Grows. I'm going to add that to the games right now. Grows has been kind enough to just add a Never Alone code from the power of good old games. I'm going to add that right now. Thank you very much, Grows. That's very kind of you, man. I was reading an article about that, I believe. I'm pretty sure I was reading an article about Never Alone recently. There we go. Just give me a second here. Okay, cool. I was just adding that. Thanks, Gross. Yes, I did, Dragon. I added the last game, Dragon, and I sent you a thank you via Twitch message. I sent you a thank you, Dragon, before. And yes, I did do that. So thank you, Grows, and thank you, Dragon. Okay. Prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of the arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? But, Ms. Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I am saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia, she seems really torn by this. Witness, name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fey, and I am a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean, in a manner of speaking? Oh yeah? I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is... Yes, that is... Psst, you, be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. What? This is some world-class crap. What do you mean she escaped from the room? What? What? That's... What? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Anime screen! Order. Order! Order! Ms. Fey, please testify to the court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best, even though I am a lying sack. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. Witness testimony. Maya's escape. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand, and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. She thrusted! She didn't thrust, she thrusted me. She upped the ante, am I right? Very nice, Megaduce. Well done. +1. +1, well done. She thrusted me away. She Kerbal space programmed me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. Okay, so in other words, Maya ran out of the room and did the Star Trek da-da! Here, I'm going to show you guys a visual representation of what happened. I'm going to show you guys a visual representation of what occurred. I'm going to show you guys exactly what happened. You guys ready? I'm going to reproduce it. This is exactly you guys are about to see the murder. You're about to see the murder happen live right in front of your eyes. Let me show you exactly what happened, okay? This is very important. It's very important. Everyone watch. This is going to be critically important. I want you guys to make sure that you know exactly what's happening. So just watch here. I'm going to capture this video for you. It's going to show you exactly what happened during this moment. Okay? This is really critical. This is what Morgan is saying happened, okay? You guys ready? Here we go. This is really important. Everyone watch. This is what happened. Did you miss that? I'll do it again. Ready for it? Oh, God. So that's what happened. I think you guys can agree. The mythical double chop maneuver. The never fail. So that's what happened. She went up behind her and she was like, I love original series. It's my favorite series, but wait, I gotta add one. Hold on here. I'm adding something. Hold on. Ah, damn it. Is it? Shoot, is it this? I don't remember what the heck that... Is it AdCom? Anyway. Hopefully we'll figure it out. I can't remember what it is. How could she hit her in the neck with that hair? That's true. I don't know the answer to that. That's true. That's a good point. I don't actually know. Star Trek. I don't know what it is. It should be Siad. Hey, what's up, Ramir? There it is. There it is. I find like Phoenix Wright is always the source of so many good new commands. That was so fun. Thanks, Law. Best assassination ever. Phoenix Wright is OP. All right. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. That's some crap. Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise, especially because I'm a terrible person. That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What the hell is a falsity? You mean a falsism? What the hell's a falsity? Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Fortunately, though, I've got Trek. Maya's escape, cross-examination. You love you some level 5? Nice, nice. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. Hold it! Just now, you said those two. Who are the two people you're referring to? Well, you and... freaking Lotta, you idiot. I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir. Lotta's not a foreigner, despite how she talks. Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English, not to mention she looked awful. I can already see people in the Heartland gearing up for a riot. Nice. In any case, I have built, I've already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright. No, I have not yet done so. At the break, Kill, I'm going to set up those nominations. At the break, I will do those. But I have not started nominations yet. No. In any case, I have already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright. Oh, thanks. What did you do after that, Ms. Fay? I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact that police. Hold it! Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that is a very good point. At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another... Another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify! Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and that camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Fay. Yeah, but like... I know, Uncle Elias, but it's called a falsehood. Like, a falsity is an old school word. You know? Really, it's a falsehood is what people refer to it as. A falsehood. Or, you know, just a lie. A fib. Some BS. That's some garbage. Some crap. Some crap shoveling on top of a crap sandwich. A question wrapped in an enigma. Concealed by a riddle. That sort of thing. This is bad. No people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fay, please continue. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. Hold it! During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. What, you mean a falsity? Oh, could be. I guess so. But if she's using older Japanese terms, Raitana, I don't know why she decides to use lie here. I think it's just bad localization. Bad translation. But why would you lie about something like that? Or inconsistent translation, I should say. It is very painful for me to say this, however. The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya? No. More info. So, you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What, pray tell, did she... This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what the unexpected thing was, there's always later. The downloadable one in the eShop? Okay. Falsity. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But yes, very well. Ugh, why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from her scalp and escaped from the room. Hold it! Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit to such a thing, however, yes. But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fey. Ach. Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. Thanks. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge. Thanks, Judge. You grew up in a former British colony and you're oldish? I got you. Bow? Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I would have. However, with great strength, she hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. Did it! Hold it! By which I mean, hold it! You fainted? I became dizzy and then collapsed onto the floor. How long were you unconscious? I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps? The defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time. Happy? Witness, elaborate on that point for us. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Hold it! Is that because you were unconscious, or because you're a lying sack of crap? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went? I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. It looks like Ms. Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber. No, we cannot establish that. Pearl can knock her over because of her high center of gravity. Yes, that's a good call. Good call. That's ridiculous. How we just said that she can't establish that. I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes, yes. That is exactly what we should be... Be quiet, you. Now then, what the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone? Who was it? The prosecution calls Ms. Eenie Miney, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Eenie Miney? I think you can see where this is headed. Oh, Eenie Miney. Witness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is, like, Eenie Miney. I'm, like, researching, like, parapsychology stuff at the, university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see. It's like, I guess, most people call it occult stuff. Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Ms. Miney, after the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? Well, like, I guess? If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is all right, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine for my sake. Witness testimony after the murder. Like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Now, hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Really now, Your Honor, Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at that time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Yes, Mimi Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, well, this is... Witness. Like, yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course. Ms. Miney, please. My sister, like, this is what she said to me? That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. I know, Kill. Eenie Miney. It's only fair, isn't it? Eenie? She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. There, are you satisfied, Your Honor? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge. It is a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. It would explain quite a bit. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia, what do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. Cross-examination after the murder. Like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Hold it! Was that because of your, sesame allergy, was it? I know, Gil. Like, that's right. I, like, think there were sesame seeds, like, in the lunch they served that day. I had this, like, premonition that it was going to totally be a seedy day. Yes, indeed. I see. Am I the only one who missed the boat here? Anyway, so you were taking a nap. Did something happen while you were sleeping? Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. Hold it! Do you know the time? Like, maybe a little before 11 a.m.? Something like that, I think? 11 a.m.? Yeah, like, my stomach is totally ready for, like, food? No, I think you misunderstood me. I'm not asking what time it is now. I meant, what time is it when someone came into your room? Oh, so, like, that's what you meant. Like, you should be more, like, clear about it? Sorry, my bad. No, it's okay. Like, it's really... That's it? Why'd you stop mid-sentence? Did I? So, like, what was I talking about again? Never mind. Witness, about this person who entered the side room. It was like, oh my god, totally my sister. Hold it! Are you absolutely sure? I guess? You guess? Was it or was it not your sister who entered? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I totally don't know your sister at all, Mr. Smith. First off, my name is not Mr. Smith. Second, I'm an only child. But more than that, she's managed to mess up the question with her answer. Well, Mr. Wright? The defense rests. Well, that was a colossal waste of our time. Now then, witness, how did you feel when you saw Ms. Mimi mining? Defense rests? What? I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. Hold it! Why do you speak like an idiot? No. You were happy in a sad way? Yeah, like, I mean, it was my sister. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again? But, like, maybe if I was, like, someone who didn't know about, like, the occult, but I, like, know all about the Korean channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister. Yeah, like, what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? Hell no. Question further. So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? No. Like, there wasn't any reason for me to, like, think anything was strange. But... Ow! Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase, objection? Could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright. This question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister. Is it really that important? It is very important. Although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. All right, Mr. Wright. Ms. Miney, please amend your testimony. Like, okay, I'm like totally cool with that. I wasn't like scared at all, and like her costume looked totally like normal. Hold it! So, there was nothing odd at all about your sister's appearance? Like, yeah, nothing was, like, weird. Mia's talking to herself like she's found something wrong. That's impossible. Like, is everything okay? Can I, like, go on? My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Hold it! Something terrible? What was this thing she told you? Huh? Like, didn't I just, like, tell you about it?
Did you, like, forget already? A foolish fool with a foolish sieve for a brain only speaks foolishly with foolish words. Well, excuse me, princess. Anyway, should I ask to hear the story again? Yes, hear it again. I'm sorry, could I hear the story one more time? Like, sure, no problem. I'll even, like, tell it all spooky-like for you. That was no accident. Like, how was that?
It was a little scary.
Like, I'm sorry. Maybe I, like, put too much spookiness into it?